Howdy, folks. Welcome to week 2 of All 12 Courtside. We got a lot to talk about this weekend. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rob Collins.
And I'm Harold Kuntz. A shift in power early on in the old league race there. Coming up, we're going to talk about Baylor's undefeated start in conference play, a Mountaineer resurgence over in Morgantown, a key injury for KU, Texas Tech getting a needed win, and how about two squads still looking for that first W in conference play. But we start with those red-hot Baylor Bears.
They are hot indeed. They got their first win ever at Allen Fieldhouse over KU last weekend, followed up with a W against Iowa State. Matt Roberts with KWKT in Waco is covering the Bears.
It's hard coming off a week where you have two great wins like that, and you're always worried as a coach, are you going to be flat?
No hangover here, as the second-ranked Baylor Bears, coming off their best week in recent memory, kept right on rolling, fighting off a first-half challenge from the Iowa State Cyclones on Wednesday night, 68-55 at the Farrell Center.
First half, we weren't in our groove, but our defense kept us there, and then second half we were able to have the offense come around and get some separation.
The Bears had 4 players in double figures and smothered Cyclone star Tyrese Halliburton, allowing just 6 points to the Cyclone star.
A lot of prayer because he had some good looks and missed them, and then tried to just make things as difficult as possible on him from the standpoint you're not going to shut him out. You just don't want him getting one of those triple-double nights on you.
In a matchup of the best offensive team in the conference in Iowa State and the best defensive team in Baylor, the Bears held the Cyclones to under 40% from the field and just 6 of 23 from deep.
Everyone knows the importance of defense, and the great thing is the buy-in has gotten better and better, and they know if they don't, the good thing is sometimes the bench does help.
Baylor will now look to take their show back out on the road to tango with a struggling Oklahoma State squad this weekend, still looking for their first win in Big 12 play. For All 12 Courtside, I'm Matt Roberts in Waco.
Matt, thanks. The resurgence continues for West Virginia, which has won 3 straight in the Big 12. They're benefiting from something they haven't had in a while, Harold: depth.
Yeah, and they got a good freshman, too. West Virginia Illustrated's Nick Farrell with an update on the Mountaineers from Morgantown.
West Virginia has struggled offensively at times this season, but Bob Huggins' team might be turning a corner after its most recent victory. The Mountaineers have won 3 straight, including a 32-point drubbing of TCU Tuesday. In that game, West Virginia's bench recorded 39 points, a sign of this team's dangerous depth.
We're the energy guys. I mean, we know we can score the ball, but we also want to do that on the defensive side too, bring energy on the defensive side too. So that's what we're going to continue to do the rest of the season.
A lot of teams don't have as many players as we do that play as hard as we do. Their starting 5 is not going to outplay ours. You know what I mean? I feel like we just have more bodies and more legs and more stamina to pull the games out.
Early in the year, those guys were thinking too much and not reacting, and now they're starting to react. They're starting to understand what's asked of them, and consequently they're playing better.
The top scorer off the bench, freshman Miles McBride, who has reached double figures in 7 consecutive games. He and fellow freshman Oscar Shibwe might be the top pair of freshmen on any squad in the conference. Together, they've earned the title of Big 12 Newcomer of the Week 5 times this season. That's the latest on the Mountaineers. For All 12 Courtside, I'm Nick Farrell in Morgantown.
Nick, thank you. Kansas Jayhawks finally got that road win at Norman, beating the Sooners 66-52 Tuesday night. Bill Self's squad now heads to Texas to face the Longhorns. Big question is, will sophomore standout Devon Dotson play in Austin? Dotson bruised his hip last week in that Baylor game. Coach Self says he's been in the gym working out on his own. Isaiah Moss certainly stepped up to fill the void left by Dotson at Oklahoma. He made his first start for the Hawks. Moss scored 20 points, connecting on 6 of 11 from downtown. Udoka Azubuike recorded another double-double with 16 points and 14 boards. Marcus Garrett's had 15 points to help Kansas shed the 2-year Sooner schneid. As far as Dotson playing Saturday, teammate Marcus Garrett says he thinks Dotson will go. Here's Coach Self on preparing with Dotson's status up in the air.
People make too big a deal out of this. We're not going to change our strategy a lot. Whether he does or does not. This is who we are, and you know, it's different than football. You play 1 game a week, and you only play 12. Well, here there's a lot of things. So if he's day to day, you know, I'm not going to change how we play totally for this 1 game, knowing we're going to go right back the way it is, and then we don't even know if he'll play or not.
Next up for the Jayhawks on the road to Austin, they'll face the Longhorns on Saturday. The Hawks lost their last trip to Austin, 73-63.
TCU off to a good start in conference play despite a loss to West Virginia. The Horned Frogs fell behind early in Morgantown against one of the top defensive teams in the conference. Now, a couple of times, TCU trimmed West Virginia's lead to single digits, but foul trouble in the second half caused a whole bunch of problems for them. Now, the Frogs lose their first road game of the season, 81-49. And next up, they go to Norman on Saturday. Now, okay, something interesting I noticed. Scoring is a bit down this year in the Big 12, so I was looking around for some stats, but I found this from Jesse Newell, beat writer for the Kansas City Star for KU, and it's down. One of the worst in the nation, actually. Look at these efficiency rankings of every team, every conference in the league here. Tempo, 65.6. Efficiency is 93.5. 32nd and 31st in the nation. Now, effective field goal percentage, 32nd in the nation, and last, two-point bucket and free throw percentage, both last of any conference numbers. Rob, that's not Big 12 like at all there.
That three-point line has anything to do with it moving?
Yeah, it could move it. They've also got some foul problems that have been there. The referees have also been kind of, calling some things, emphasizing some things, but then not really emphasizing the stuff that they did last year, which increased scoring as well. One of those teams that scored the score was Oklahoma, the Sooners. Against Kansas, they had a rough stretch for Lon Kruger's squad, a road loss to Iowa State and a defeat at home to Kansas. Now here's K4's Brian Brinkley in Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma faced a difficult two-game stretch this week with a visit to Ames to face Iowa State and then a home game against sixth-ranked Kansas. The Sooners had not won in Ames since an overtime victory back in 2011, and they did not get close to ending the losing streak on Saturday. The Cyclones took control of the game late in the first half, going on a 12-0 run to end the half with Tyrese Halliburton hitting a long three-pointer at the buzzer. The Sooners fell behind by as many as 26 points in the second half and lost for the 9th year in a row in Ames, 81-68.
We get a missed shot or a bad shot, and all of a sudden it's 6 more points, and the value of that little momentum change is huge, and there's not much margin. It's a fine line between each possession and then letting one or two get away, and then all of a sudden it balloons on you like it did on us up there.
Top Dog made his return to the Lloyd Noble Center on Tuesday night as the Sooners hosted 6th-ranked Kansas. Top Dog had not been the Sooner mascot since 2004, and OU had never lost to a Bill Self team with Top Dog as the mascot. That changed on Tuesday as OU shot just 31% from the field. The Jayhawks went on a 15-2 run in the second half to put the game away and beat the Sooners 66-52.
Well, it's disappointing, of course, with the result. That battle, pretty good battle for a while. We've got to play a lot better. We've got to shoot a lot better to have a chance, on a night like this. But again, we're going to keep working at it. Got to keep getting better, and not any shortcut to making the improvement we need to make, and get ready for the next one.
Sooners fall to 2-2 in Big 12 play. They return home Saturday to face TCU before visiting second-ranked Baylor on Monday night. For All 12 Courtside, I'm Brian Brinkley in Oklahoma City.
Brian, thank you. To the Red Raiders now. Texas Tech rebounding after back-to-back losses. Here's David Collier with KAMC in Lubbock.
Texas Tech basketball clinging to a spot in the top 25 this week. The Red Raiders 23rd after losses to Baylor and West Virginia last week. Chris Beard's club able to avoid a third straight loss Tuesday night, beating Kansas State 77-63 in Manhattan. 4 Red Raiders scoring in double figures, led by sophomore Kyler Edwards, career-high 24. Kevin McCullough also tied his career best with 10 points off the bench. The redshirt freshman seeing more minutes with Terrence Shannon out for a second straight game with a back strain, and McCullough's making the most of his time on the court.
I thought he was the player of the game. I was really impressed with him. He got off to a kind of a slow start, a couple turnovers. We're trying to encourage him to play a little bit more careful, but he just was stone-faced, poised, and came back when his number was called. He was ready. His teammates were as happy as he was in that locker room because the guy works really hard. At any given day in our practices, he's one of the best players on the floor. So tonight it was a great individual night for Mac.
McCullough and the Red Raiders are back home hosting Iowa State Saturday. Coach Chris Beard still not sure if Shannon will be ready to go for the game. Tech also awaiting word on the eligibility of transfer Joel Ntombwe. The NCAA denied his waiver in November, but Texas Tech Athletics Director Kirby Hocutt saying on his radio show Wednesday that the reconsideration process is underway regarding Ntombwe's eligibility. Not known if that will be cleared up before Saturday's game with the Cyclones, but we do know one thing, guys. Vanilla Ice will be in the house performing at halftime during the game. That's the latest from Lubbock. Back to you in KC.
All right, stop, collaborate, and listen.
That's huge.
We got to talk about Texas right
Ice baby, man. I like it.
Get it. The Texas Longhorns headed their matchup with Kansas this weekend with back-to-back wins.
Yeah, Roger Wallace, KXAN in Austin, the state capital of Texas, keeps us up to date with the Horns.
Key week for the Texas Longhorns after starting 0-2 in Big 12 play, including a home loss to Oklahoma. Texas went back to work on Saturday night at home against Kansas State. Wildcats had a lot of travel problems getting to Austin, and then they had a lot of offensive problems. Texas holds K-State to 37% from the field, and they get that first Big 12 win. 64-50 was that final score.
We really challenged our guys coming off the last game to give each other better energy during the game. I think, our guys really want to do well. They want to do well as a team. They want to do well individually, but sometimes you can kind of get wrapped up in your own game and your own mind if you're not careful. So we challenged our guys to, just help each other.
The Longhorns did that last night. They go to Stillwater and beat Oklahoma State 76-64. They score 45 points in that second half. A balanced attack, but it was the sophomore, the pride of Barrow, Alaska, Kamaka Hepa, with a career-high 15 points to lead Texas, so they even up their Big 12 record at 2-2. Now that tough turnaround, Saturday against Kansas at home, and then they've got to go to West Virginia on Monday night. That's the story in Austin. Back to you in Kansas City.
All right, thank you much. Rough start to Big 12 play for the Iowa State Cyclones. They are 1-3. Now, no matter how the season turns out, one Cyclone player will have a decision to make, and here's Mark Freed.
Regardless of how the rest of the season plays out for Iowa State, the program should get a profile boost in June. Not from any of the recruits coming in, but rather a player on his way out. Look at any NBA mock draft, and Cyclone sophomore guard Tyrese Halliburton is a lottery pick. Halliburton is averaging 16.6 and 6 rebounds per game, but it's the vision that NBA scouts really like. Halliburton is tallying 7.7 assists per night, good for 5th in the country, with a 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. Halliburton has kept Iowa State's collective head above water this season, but head coach Steve Prohm wants him to do even more.
He's got to be aggressive, though. I mean, there's some things, even when, I usually go home and I'll play the telecast just to listen to that, and then I'll watch the video on my laptop. And there's a couple possessions where, he's turning down 10-foot floaters or pull-ups that, we end up getting a decent shot, but he probably turned down a great shot. And so I think he needs to be aggressive in nature.
Halliburton had a bit of an off night on Wednesday, just 6 points as Baylor turned up the heat defensively on Halliburton. The sophomore had 9 assists, but 4 turnovers. And the Cyclones lost to the Bears 68-55 to fall to 1-3 in the Big 12. That's it from Des Moines. For All 12 Courtside, I'm Mark Freund.
Mark, thank you. Oklahoma State shooting struggles continue as their losing skid hits 4 games. We go back to Brian Brinkley at K4 in Oklahoma City for an update on the Pokes.
Oklahoma State got off to a rough start in Big 12 play with a pair of losses to ranked teams in the opening week. The Cowboys faced a pair of Texas schools this week as they look for their first conference win. OSU was in Fort Worth to face TCU on Saturday, and the Cowboys were ice cold from the field, making just 30% from the floor with 3 starters not scoring at all. OSU was just 2 for 19 from three-point range and just 1 game after scoring their fewest points in a regular season game since 1969. They scored 1 fewer than that against the Horned Frogs, losing 52-40.
Our defense is as good as it's been since I've been here, and that includes the year that I was an assistant coach. And we had the #1 offensive efficiency team in the country. I think this is the best defensive team that we've had. But you can't score 40 and win. That's just the bottom line. So we got to find a way to get these guys believing in themselves a little bit more, and hopefully Wednesday will be a start to it.
OSU returned home Wednesday night to host Texas, looking for their 4th straight win over the Longhorns in Stillwater. The Cowboys had a little better shooting night, but still shot just 40% from the field, and the Longhorns made 15 three-pointers, with 5 players hitting at least 2 threes, and Texas beat the Cowboys 76-64.
It's one of those nights, but from a mentality standpoint, I feel like they play more confidently on the offensive end, and now we got to go back and figure out where the breakdowns were defensively to try to be ready for the next time we face them.
The Cowboys have 2 more tough ones coming up next. OSU hosts Baylor on Saturday at 11 a.m. and then travels to Ames to face Iowa State on Tuesday night. For All 12 Courtside, I'm Brian Brinkley in Oklahoma City.
Brian, thanks again. Well, speaking of struggles, they continue big time for the K-State Wildcats.
Yeah, not shooting too well over there in Manhattan. The Cats winless in the Big 12 and the only team in the league to have a losing record overall. Here's our man, Pete Francis from KSNT in Topeka.
The nightmare season continues for K-State. The Wildcats dropped to 0-4 in Big 12 play after falling to Texas Tech 77-63. Once again, K-State found itself in a hole early. The Red Raiders jumped out to a 10-0 run to start the game. The Wildcats did take the lead briefly in the second half, but fell apart down the stretch. K-State is struggling to find any consistency and is now 2 games under 500, a far cry from last season when they won the Big 12 regular season title.
We just come out focused and locked in. We know we do a great job preparing for the game and scouting the game. Coaches got a lot of calls for us. For the defensive wise, we just got to come out and execute and do better in the beginning of the games.
Coming out, just staying focused on, but mainly we play good defense, and then we just at the end, it just they hit a shot and then we just break down. I just feel like we just need to stay more focused.
To our guys' credit, they did not stop battling. We came back 3 different times from big deficits, and you tied a game up. But now it's gut check part. It's the nitty-gritty part of the game, and now you got to make the right plays.
The bad news for the Wildcats is they've got another top 25 team on Saturday in 12th-ranked West Virginia. The good news, the game is in Manhattan, but K-State is in desperate need of a win. That's the latest with the Wildcats. For All 12 Courtside, I'm Pete Francis. Back to you in KC.
Thanks, Pete. Here's where things stand right now. Everyone has played 4 games. Baylor undefeated and alone at the top, and they had 2 good road wins too. West Virginia, Kansas, and TCU are 1 game back. Texas, Oklahoma, Texas Tech, they're right in the middle. Iowa State at 1-3, Oklahoma State, Kansas State. They're winless, Rob.
Yeah, they need a win big time, as we just mentioned. A full slate of games coming up this Saturday. A lot of hoops.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Before football.
Yeah, yeah, it's going to be good. Another good Big 12 slate, as it always is. The top 4 teams of the standings all are on the road, so we could have some upsets here. Number 2, ranked Baylor on the road to Stillwater to face Oklahoma State. We'll see if the Cowboys, or the Pokes, I should say, should score. Bob Huggins, West Virginia, head to Manhattan to take on K-State. We'll see if they can score as well. Yeah. Now, TCU and Oklahoma's in Norman. Kansas on the road at Texas, always a tricky place to play in Austin. Iowa State, Texas Tech, rounded out in Lubbock.
Yeah, so tough games for those teams who desperately need a win or in the middle of the pack trying to find their footing.
Yeah, you got to win on the road. You kind of hope the team that plays in Kansas City that plays football doesn't let the road team win here, too. Just saying.
We'll see what happens.
We could throw in a dash of football on the All-12 Courtside.
I see what you're doing.
All right, that's it. All-12 Courtside, it's over. I'm Harold Kuz.
Thanks for joining us, folks. I'm Rob Collins. We'll see you back right here next week.